For this short activity break, once again, all you're going to need is an open space. So please make sure that you are aware of your surroundings and you don't have any tripping hazards around you. These stretches and light intensity movements are slightly more advanced. They will be including stretches and movements from both the seated and standing positions. And throughout this guided session, my colleague Abby will be demonstrating some less intense modifications right beside me. To begin, we're just going to start off in the standing position and we're going to get into a march, going opposite knee to opposite hand. And you can start off nice and slow as Abby's demonstrating, or if you want to, you get a little hop in your step, you can increase your speed. And you can always change up your pace and come back to a regular, slow, controlled pace. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to incorporate some external rotation with our rotator cuffs. So sometimes at our desks, we spend a lot of time in this position. These are called no monies or I don't knows. We're going to keep our elbows tucked and we're going to be rotating away from us here. It's important to try to make sure that we keep some space between our shoulders and our ears. So we don't want to keep our traps up here. We want to create some space. Bring our shoulder blades down, and we'll continue here for a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to move into some hip openers. So it's going to incorporate the exact same pattern as the march with our hips, except we're going to bring it up and rotate outwards. So this is when Abby is using the chair as just a safety precaution, something to put some pressure into, help you with your balance. Once again, bring our hips out. You can always have your hand against the wall if you need to. It's always nice to know that you have a safety mechanism in case you do lose your balance. Three, 2, 1. Okay, so now to take it a step further, we're going to be utilizing the same hip openers. However, this time these are called over and unders, where if you imagine a hurdle from track and field practice, we are going to be going underneath the hurdle. We're going to go back under it, and then we're going to step over it with each hand, or each leg, excuse me. So we're going to continue just going under again, and then we're going to step over it. So this is incorporating our hip openers as well as a little bit more of a squat. So we're going to play limbo here and go underneath it, go under again, and sometimes it's a little easy to get out of rhythm and forget which direction you're going in, but as long as you incorporate a few more unders, we're going to go underneath one more time, back under again, and then one more over the top here. Okay, awesome. So now for our next one, we're going to be incorporating another squat position. However, we're going to be moving laterally again. So we're going to start with our hands at our hips. We can go into a little bit of a partial squat, so just a slight knee bend, and we're just going to be shuffling from side to side here. If you find that this gets a little too difficult for you, Abby will demonstrate how, as it gets more difficult, you can sort of stand up a little bit. Or if you want to make it more advanced, you can even go into a deeper squat here, just like that. So hold on for a few more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and break. We can go ahead, shake it out here. Now our next stretch is going to be knee hugs. So this is going to incorporate our hip movement again. However, we can just take a step and give our knee a nice hug. So we are going into that same marching position. However, we're going to use our arms to pull up a little bit more here. And once again, Abby will show that using a chair beside you is a great way just to have some extra help if needed. And as Abby and I are really demonstrating these in front of the camera without much movement, if you want to, you can always walk around your living room walk around your kitchen, your office. You can incorporate a little more dynamic movement with these. So we'll go one more each leg. Okay, so let's shake that out now. Now we're gonna do a quadricep stretch, which are the muscles in front of our thighs here. I'm gonna grab onto my ankle and I'm gonna pull it behind me towards my ear. And we're gonna have a nice stretch like that. To help out with our balance, as I go ahead and do that, I can reach up towards the sky. So hold this for about 3 seconds each time, shake it out, and then we'll get going again. We'll go one more each leg. Okay, so now for another stretch for our hamstrings or the backs of our leg, we're going to be doing some zombie kicks. So what's gonna happen here is if we start off with our feet relatively shoulder width, I'm gonna start off here with my hands at my shoulders. Go ahead and kick up with each leg alternating. So try to keep your leg relatively straight. However, it doesn't have to go as high as your hands. This is just a general direction where we can be kicking. And while it's okay to stay in one place, you can always take a few steps, stay a little more mobile here. And we'll go one more each leg here before we finish up. Thank you for joining us for this advanced activity break. I hope that you are able to take your favorite exercises from the first and second activity breaks and be able to make your own in the future.